because I've been looking very much forward to address you and the Munich Security Conference. Thank you very much for the invitation. The reason why I'm so happy about this is that something really important is at stake. During the pandemic, and we're not out of it yet, people, businesses, government, we all turned digital to find ways of continuing our lives, to fulfill our obligation, to resume our responsibility. And with this increase in connectivity, obviously it means increases in the challenges of protecting the security and the confidentiality of what we do. We have seen, and it is really challenging to recognize this, we have seen increasing attacks on hospitals, on our systems, of our infrastructures. It spiked also health authorities, and we have seen massive misinformation. Overall, the internet is not a safer place now than it was before the pandemic, maybe actually the other way around. Fortunately, a cyber crisis so far has been avoided. But one can better imagine what a situation that would be. And that is why, more than ever, we need to put cybersecurity at the forefront of our priorities, because all our plans, well, they depend on the trust that you can go online and you can feel safe. It's a duty that affects us all, from governments setting the right policy framework, businesses making the necessary investments, to each one of us to take care of our own online activities, to know what we're dealing with, not to be lured into the first most obvious trap. And in every step of the way, I think we need to think of cybersecurity as fully integrated with everything else we do online. And this is with this objective in mind that last December, the European Commission, adopted a cybersecurity strategy for Europe's digital decade. It sets out a long-term vision for building secure, reliable networks within the Union and put forward a number of concrete initiatives. Just to name a few, through the revision of the Network and Information Systems Directive, we will make sure that the legal framework is up to speed with the risks of our times. It will impose cybersecurity requirements on important and essential entities of our economy, facilitate the sharing of critical information, such as incident reports or identified vulnerabilities, and strengthen cooperation between national and European authorities. Building on the example of the EU's 5G security toolbox, it sets out how we will cooperate going forward to ensure the security of Europe's digital supply chain through a risk-based assessment, and a thorough one. The strategy also launched the development of what you could call the European Cyber Shield. That is a metaphor for a network of security operations centers enabled by artificial intelligence that can detect signs of cyber attacks and enable preventive action before the damages occur. Other initiatives include developing high standards for the cybersecurity of connected objects, dedicated support for small and medium-sized businesses, and attracting and retaining the best cybersecurity talent, which is so badly needed within our union. For all of this to happen, we need the necessary investments, and that both public and private. Through the Digital Europe program, the Commission will or has committed to invest 1.6 billion into cybersecurity and the wise deployment of cybersecurity infrastructure and tools towards the European Union. In addition, we're working with member states to mobilize cybersecurity funding through the Recovery and Resilience Facility Of this, at least 20% in general will be spent on digitization, that be skill, public services, EID, but cybersecurity, one of the objectives. Last December, the European co-legislature, they agreed to set up a new cybersecurity competence center and network, which will be located in Bucharest. And the center will pull together expertise in cybersecurity research, technology, industrial development from throughout the Union to promote the deployment of state-of-the-art cybersecurity solutions. We are currently working hard with the Romanian government to ensure that it can get it up and running as fast as possible. But for all of these investments to find a home, we will need a well-functioning single market for cybersecurity. With an estimated value of 130 billion euros and growing more than 17% per year, there are clear opportunities for private investment within the European Union. Europe has many assets here, but that should not satisfy us. We should do better. Last time we counted, Europe was the location for the corporate headquarters of only 14% of the 500 global cybersecurity providers, compared to 75% for the Americas, 7% for Israel, and 4% for Asia. We are noted for our cybersecurity know-how in cryptography and secure components, and we have an excellent scientific and skill base in this area within the European Union. But we need to create a seamless single market for businesses to achieve the scale that they need in order to grow. And one way of doing that is through a solid European cybersecurity certification framework. We'll provide European industry and digital service providers with tools that they can use to demonstrate to the global market that their products, their services, well, they include state-of-the-art cybersecurity features. Using globally recognized European and international standards and best practices, well, that will be the foundation of our certification scheme to allow our companies to remain competitive. With the help of our cybersecurity agency, ENISA, the Commission will soon adopt a work program for certification for the coming years. What we do to make Europe more secure is only one part of the picture, because in such a deeply interconnected world as the one that we live in, well, it is of paramount importance for us that we act as one on the global stage and that we work really closely with like-minded partners. This is of the essence. Last year, the European Union adopted its first ever sanctions against foreign persons and entities responsible for cyber attacks. With this, we want to send a clear message that if you attack us, you attack all of us, and you will bear the economic consequences. EU member states are improving cooperation in intelligence sharing and attribution as a mechanism to jointly respond to attacks. And we are increasingly doing this with trusted partners around the world as well. We have seen with attacks like SolarWinds that consequences can easily spread across borders. It is therefore all the more valuable that we work together to prevent, to deter, and to respond to such attacks going forward. We see the growing contrast between different models of internet governance. It is crucial that like-minded democracies cooperate in promoting and ensuring the open nature of the internet. But for that model to thrive, well, citizens need to trust it. And to create that trust, we need a secure digital environment. Thank you very much for your attention. And now for the panel at long last.
Her Excellency Margrethe Vestager, thank you so much for your statement. Please allow me one short question. What is the European Union doing in order to line up with China and USA?
Well, you'd see that cybersecurity is a fil rouge, is a red thread of everything we do. Just last week, we launched the Leadership 2 framework on artificial intelligence, focusing in particular on sort of high-risk use cases. And one of the, I think, really important things here is that if it is a high-risk use case, you may be discriminated in the use of this technology, that cybersecurity, making sure that the technology can work in a trusted environment, that is one of the key parameters. And I think that is important, that is a way forward. That is in everything we do to integrate cybersecurity. In the many member states who will invest in digital skills within the framework of the Recovery and Resilience Fund, also part of that skill is, of course, that each and every one of us is part of the cybersecurity defense. And I think it's really important that we think of this from the individual to the systemic level, and of course that we're willing to invest what is necessary.